Hi folks, so I wonder what you're thinking about at this time. A holiday perhaps? Something to look forward to? Well, I guess it's been a while, certainly a few weeks since any of us have been able to have a holiday. But I'd like to invite you to a holiday on a journey. In fact, two journeys, but you're going to need to use your imagination for this just a little bit. Here we go, journey number one. You live in the north of England and you've been saving up all year for a holiday with your family. And you've booked the accommodation. You're told it's in a beautiful location. It's in a lovely seaside resort called St Ives. You've read the brochure and it says it's golden sands. There's a number of beaches around. The sea is azure blue. And there are some surfing beaches where you can go bodyboarding. The restaurants in the town are beautiful. The scenery is stunning. And there's even a roller rink around if it's wet weather. I had to get that in, didn't I? Well, you're all packed. The children are eager and ready to go. They jump in the back seat. Your wife jumps in the front and you set off. You've not gone very far down the road when you realise that the car's playing up a little bit, and as you're going along it gradually gets slower and slower and suddenly it stops. Well, the wife says, look, we're in the AA, let's give them a ring, and you do that and they come, and unfortunately they can't deal with the situation, but they can tow you to a garage, and when you get there a garage says, oh, you need a new battery, and so it's extra expense, but nevertheless we need it to carry on our journey. And so when that's done, off we go. And it's not long before we realize that there's been an accident on the motorway and we're held up for another 2 hours. And by this time, the youngsters in the back are getting a little bit fractious and teasy, and they start bickering amongst themselves and arguing and fighting with each other as youngsters do. And you are getting frustrated, and so's the wife. She forgot to bring the flask. Well, 2 hours pass and the road clears and you continue on your journey. And it's hot. Boy, is it hot. It becomes sweltering. And you turn the air conditioning unit on the car, but it doesn't work. So you need to drive with the windows down and it becomes very noisy. The youngsters are still getting teasy. How long is it before we get there? Not very long now, folks, I'm sure. And you see those nearly there trees. We won't be long now, kids. Bang! There's a puncture and you're stopped. Oh boy, the spare tire is under all the luggage. So you get out, take out all the luggage, and to try to remove the spare wheel. It's seized. It's another hour, another call for the AA. By the time you arrive at St Ives, it's getting dark. But you arrive at the door of the holiday accommodation. You find the key is there waiting for you in a little keypad by the door. You put it in, you open the door, you go in, and there on the table there's a lovely bunch of flowers. There's a bottle of bubbly in the fridge. The beds are all made and everything is comfortable. And you've arrived. The kids are happy when they see the great lawn there they can play in. There's views across the bay and they're just looking forward to tomorrow to going surfing. Welcome to St Ives. Now it's a second journey. Same family, you're the same family, you live in the same place, you've got the same car, and you leave for your same destination, that lovely seaside resort of St Ives. You're all packed, you're all in the car, and you're ready to go. And your journey is wonderful. It's beautiful. And the kids are happy. They're playing I Spy with My Little Eye as they drive along. You turn the radio on and you're listening to some easy listening music. ABBA, the Bee Gees, all those favourites which you love. The wife has even remembered to bring a flask. And so you pull into a lay-by and have a nice cup of coffee, and you've got some sweets for the youngsters. They're happy, you're happy, there's no hold up. You zoom down the motorway, and it's not long before you arrive at St Ives. You arrive and you pull into your destination. You get out of the car and you pick up your suitcase and you walk up the drive to the house, and you see a little note on the door saying, "I'm awfully sorry, but I've lost the key to the house, but I know where it is. It's in the garden. However, you'll find a mower in the garden shed. I'm sure you'll be able to find the key okay." So you go to the garden shed and you get in, and you find it's one of those ancient push mowers which hasn't been sharpened for a while. And when you take it out and you look at this 40-foot long lawn, well, it's not really a lawn, it's just a bunch of overgrown wilderness. The grass is 2 foot high, and you need to find the key. And suddenly it starts to rain. Well, that's journey number 2. Let me ask you, what would be your preferred holiday? What would be your preferred journey? Would you like a horrible journey and a wonderful destination? Or would you prefer a beautiful journey and a horrible destination? Well, I think, like me, you probably prefer to have a beautiful journey and a glorious destination. Unfortunately, life isn't like that, is it? Real life, that is. And we're all on a journey. We're on a journey today, life's journey. For some of us, it might be exciting. Certainly some parts of it are interesting and exciting and great. But I'm sure, like the rest of you, there are times on our journey that we would rather not have experienced. Times perhaps of sickness, times of unemployment, times when our relationships have failed, times of sadness, times of grief and sorrow, as well as those of joy and happiness. And today, with our lockdown, we are facing difficult times on our journey. Times when weddings are cancelled, when people stock up food and we find that there's no toilet rolls available in our supermarkets. Times when we love to be able to go out in the sunshine, but we've got no gardens to go out and we are socially isolated. Times when we can't see our families and we don't have the facility to FaceTime or WhatsApp or Zoom, and we are isolated. Times perhaps when we feel lonely. Times when we have lost loved ones and they're in a hospital and we can't go to say goodbye, or our friends can't come to support us at funerals. Yes, times like this, when the journey is difficult, it's hard. And yes, there are other times when we have been blessed and we have been happy, and perhaps we try to remember those times as we look at our holiday pictures. But friends, our life is not just about our journey. Some people think that life is just a journey, and when this mortal body fails, that's the end of it. And I find that very sad, because I have a better hope than that. I believe that life's journey is to prepare us for our destination, our eternal destination. And for me, that's a place called heaven. It's a place where Jesus Christ has gone to prepare for me. And that destination is free to me. It's been paid for. Paid for in full by Jesus Christ himself. He said, I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go, I will come again and take you there. So we don't have to earn our way there. No mowing the grass, no searching for the key. He has given us the key. He's offered it because he's paid the price, not just the deposit, but he's paid the price in full. And that price he paid was costly. When he was born, he wasn't born in a maternity unit. He was born in a stable because there was no room for him anywhere else. He grew up in a working class family. His father passed away. So he lived a life really on the road, going around helping people. And he suffered abuse. He was attacked verbally. He was even attacked physically. But he endured it all. He endured the whiplash across his back. He endured the scorning and the scoffing, the spitting, the thorns piercing into his brow. He endured the temptations which we endure and suffer. He endured the nails that held him to the cross. But the good news is he rose again from the dead before he left us to go to heaven. He said, I will come again and take you to be where I am. So for me, when this mortal body decays, my spirit will live on with Christ. So that's the destiny that I'm looking forward to. That's my destination. And I just would encourage you, if you're struggling at this moment in time, in whatever way, through this time of coronavirus, of lockdown and isolation, grab hold of the hope that is offered to you, that destination. Endure the journey as Christ endured the cross, and claim the eternal dwelling, where there will be no more pain, no more suffering, no more sickness, no more death. All things will be passed away. All things will become new. I pray for you that you might find that destination through Christ, who paid the price in full, and it's for us to claim. We just need to ask for forgiveness and to claim his salvation. God bless you, and stay safe.